Hello and welcome back to a whole new ball game. There are plenty of new kids on the block, and let's see how Aston Villa fare in the brand new season. So here we are then at the first game of a brand new season, the 93-94 campaign, starting in July because of the pretend World Cup that's going on. The USA 94 has been brought forward or back, I don't really know. Anyway, let's have a look at some transfers that have gone on. That doesn't show you the whole picture, but this does. Right, since the end of last season, we have spent a lot of money. First up, Ernest Faber, a right-back cum central defender, came in for 2 million. Can play anywhere, really, on that right-hand side or the defence. Basically, 2 million from PSV, then 30 million from recently relegated Nottingham Forest. Comes Roy Keane to command the centre of our midfield. He is tenacious and outspoken, but he's not the only 30 million signing, as Alan Shearer has come home to me, not to Villa Park. But he's come to Aston Villa. 30 million from Blackburn. Obviously, they're relegated as well. A clinical striker. He is incredible. We didn't get Colin Hendry, but we did get Igor Stimac for 6 million, rising to 9 million. Another great centre-back here. Croatian, obviously, from Cadiz. Then Pavel Nedved, a wonder kid for just under 9 million. 8.5. Left-hand side of midfield. Can play on the right as well. He's going to be incredible. I mean, he already is incredible, but he's going to be even better. And then, a few weeks later, we signed Rivaldo, because why not? Another fantastic midfielder, can play anywhere across that front advance three. 5.5, rising to 6.5 million. And that's not the end of our spending. We've also bought in Carlos Jorge, who is younger than this picture suggests. He is centre-back. I think he can play either side of defence as well. Anyway, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has come in on a free as well. Another striker option to start behind Shearer and Fashanu, who will cover the formation in a second. Outs, however, we have lost Ray Houghton for 31.5 million to Manchester United, which is less than ideal, but he didn't want to stay. Shimika and Davies have gone. Breckwitz, Cox, Beanlick, Small, Fenton, all gone on loan as well. Nobody really massively out apart from Houghton. This is our formation that we're going to start the season with, but I've got ideas of where we're going to tweak it because I'm not sure it's going to work fantastically. It's a 3-2-3-2, so 3-2-5 essentially. Attack from defence. We're going to be sitting back a little bit, but having so many options going forward. Hopefully it will be, enough to get plenty of goals. Obviously this is the 11 that's probably our best 11. Bosnich, McGrath, Stimac, Jorge, Valderrama, Keane, lots of other options up front. This is just okay. We're suggested to be sixth. Okay, great. We've got Shearer, Rivaldo, Nedved, Valderrama and Fashanu. That's the rest of the best 11. I shouldn't really have skipped away from it. I wanted to show the league preview, and this is the preview of the season. We're going to finish higher than 6th, and to get there, we need your help by hitting the subscribe button. It's your new best friend, and it's down below. And also, whilst you're there, if I can get my words out, please hit the thumbs up, the like button as well if you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on our massive summer spending. We spent nearly 90 million or something daft like that. It's incredible the amount of money we've spent. We've got loads in the bank still as well, so it's not over. If we need more players in, say if we need to change that formation, we have options as well to buy more players and share it around with your friends. Let's go for the first game of the season. We've got Ipswich and Man United in our first 2 games. Let's get straight into the action. Okay then, as promised, the first game of the season is at home to Ipswich. Lots of other games have happened and we'll care about them afterwards. Leeds, Liverpool, Man United all win in their opening games of the season, as have Norwich. This is the 11 we're going to go with today. Slightly different from the one we've just shown you, but not too different, mainly in defence. Bosnich in goal, McGrath, Faber and Barrett in defence. Richardson, Keane, how do we do this? Nedved, Valderrama, Rivaldo, Shearer and Fashanu up front. We're going to start cautious. We might change that as we go forward. Who really knows? Got so many options going forward. Let's hopefully score lots of goals. Okay then, we are underway, and I need to touch more on the formation because it's a crazy one. So we've got sweeper keeper, obviously that's fine. Then in defence, we've got 2 wide centre-backs around a central defender. All 3 on defend, though. We're going to get through this highlight first before we carry on. Fashanu nods it down, but I think Shearer was there. Valderrama was offside. It's gone through to the Ipswich goalkeeper, and the highlight continues with Ipswich trying to advance. Bierhoff has signed for Ipswich, by the way. That's an incredible signing, but the ball does not go over Mark Bosnich's head, who collects that one anyway. Right, so we'll go through the formation as and when we get chance between highlights. But Ipswich are starting out quite well. Bradshaw, their right back, he's one of their better players, I think. But they've signed Oliver Bierhoff, so, he's got to be up there. German striker, obviously famous for scoring in the Euro 96 final, I want to say. Anyway, Walsh has an open goal almost and misses a sitter. Bosnich did enough to put him off just about. In the midfield, we've got a box-to-box midfielder and a ball-winning midfielder. The ball-winning midfielder is on defend, box-to-box midfielder on support, I believe. And we'll advance forward further up the pitch in a second. And here's Bierhoff once again. We are yet to really trouble anyone, specifically Ipswich, in this game. But Nedved who intercepts with that header there. Shearer back to Richardson. Fashanu's drop deep. Shearer, Valderrama. So much free-flowing football. Fashanu's free. Fashanu shoots from range. And Fashanu scores from range. Goal number 1 of hopefully many for this attacking Aston Villa side. Fashanu from range. We caught them on the counter. Lots of fluid, free passing football. Valderrama to Rivaldo, who cuts inside. The space opens up. Fashanu advances. His first touch isn't particularly good, but his finish is, and he finds the bottom corner, and it's 1-0 to Aston Villa. And as we move forward, we've got 2 inside forwards with Nedved and Rivaldo on the flanks, staying quite narrow. It's quite a narrow formation in the end. And we've got an Enganche up in the attacking mid-roll, which is where Valderrama started to play really well last season. That Shearer pass doesn't quite get to Valderrama, who is advancing nicely between the 2 strikers. Shearer is the only player on the pitch on attack. That shows you the strangeness of this tactic, which, let's be honest, it's going to change as this season goes on, because I'm going to find flaws in it, probably defensively, because 3 at the back and very little support from midfield would suggest that we're going to be quite open to goals. But hopefully, balls like that from Rivaldo. Shearer cuts back. He takes it wide. Nedved finishes. That's his first goal for the club. Pavel Nedved, 21-year-old Czech international, gets his first goal for the club on his debut. The ball from Rivaldo, a lovely one, opens up the defence. Shearer, however, his first touch takes it wide. I thought he was going to volley it first time, but he cuts it back. Nedved smashes it into the top corner. 2-0. Lovely football. If this is the style of football that this Villa side is going to be playing, I'm going to be very, very happy. The only 2 players we haven't touched on, which we will touch on during this because it's probably going to quite... That's a poor actual clearance from Bosnich. So what I was hoping he was going to do was hoof it up to Fashanu, the target forward, who's going to nod it down to Shearer, who's playing as a poacher. But to be honest, Shearer could play as any sort of striker and still be incredible. What I'm hoping is the ball gets knocked up to Fashanu. He's got about 5 options to nod it down. That's quite wasteful. He's got at least 4 options. Anyway, Keane has won that one. Fashanu into Valderrama, who finds Shearer, who shoots and scores. He's got a goal on his debut as well. But has he... I think he might be offside. This could be another goal on his debut there. Another person scoring on the debut. No, it's not. Goal disallowed. Shearer strayed just offside. It's not his first goal for the club. Valderrama with the ball. Oh, that is close. That is very close and harsh for Big Al for not getting that goal there. Anyway, still 2-0 as we cruise towards half-time. Plenty of football left to play. Plenty of time for this Aston Villa side to get more goals. And this isn't going to be the true making of this tactic and this squad. That will come when we face Manchester United away from home in the next fixture. We're expected to win this Ipswich game, not Norwich, regardless of how we play, to be honest. We're doing well, but we can find another gear. That is exactly the type of team talk I want to happen in the half-time. At this stage of the game, we are playing well, but we could be so much better. We could be 4 up, let's be fair. After Ipswich's initial pressure, getting a few chances, they've gone very, very quiet since we've turned it on going forward. We're still on cautious, just to let you know. You could probably tell that I haven't changed it. I've been too busy talking about the tactic. So the idea is on cautious. I tweeted about this the other night, actually. The idea is that if we're on cautious and everyone's on support and the defence is all on defend, and we've only got 1 attacking threat. Oh, that's terrible. Maslavar has scored from the back post. And as I say that is the problem with this tactic that needs ironing out. I think we might eventually go to a 4 at the back and go 4-1-3-2 or something like that. We'll figure that out, or maybe drop one of the central midfielders back to defensive midfielders. But that ball open, we've not got enough width in defence essentially, and that man was left wide open to score at the back post. But still, the theory is that we play cautious, but we've got so many attacking threats up front. If the ball gets up there, they're all on shoot more often. So you should think that they'll shoot more often. Valderrama's ball is intercepted. Shearer collects it, though. Shearer is not going to miss that one-on-one with the keeper. Sloppy defending, and it's gone to the talisman up front, who has smacked it home. And just like that, it's back to 3-1. Bosnich's ball, Fashanu nods it down. Exactly what we're expecting. Valderrama tries to advance with it, but he's tackled. Shearer is there, and his first goal for the Villains is 3-1 on the day against Ipswich. And we've got plenty of... We're still 20 minutes left to go. We could get more goals here. We're going to make a couple of changes, though. But we shall see what we're going to drop. Valderrama for Atkinson. York can come on for Rivaldo. Bring a few of the Villa faithful natives. However you want to say it. Basically, original. That's the one. Header is over from Bierhoff. A couple of Villa originals back in the side. York has been pushed off, which is incredible, to be honest. I was expecting him to be the player to beat, really, in this side, but he's not. We're going to bring Fashanu off for young Hasselbank, who we signed on a free, kind of on a whim, really. I kind of forgot that we'd put an offer in for him. Made all those signings early on in the summer, and then Fashanu just turned up on the 1st of July, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this will work. Anyway, he's a good young striker. We're not short of options going forward, are we? But he is another string to our bow. Richardson has it now. Finds Atkinson into Shearer. Shearer now holding it up for Nedved. Ball over the top. York is through, and York doesn't take much, does it? He takes a touch and finds the back of the net. You can't really complain. Dwight York, he come off the bench and scored a goal. It's all you can ask for him from that inside forward position on the right-hand side of the pitch. And this is exactly the sort of football I was expecting from this tactic. Bit weak at the back that we might need to touch on, but going forward, you will not be able to stop us. If we get sight of the back of the net, it'll go in somewhere, somehow. 21 shots. Obviously, Ipswich are not the strongest side. We would beat them probably playing the 4-4-2 from last season, or the however we would have ended up playing last season. I think we would have enough to beat them. So we didn't need a new tactic. The personnel are strong enough to beat this Ipswich side, hands down, really. There's only a couple of strong options in the side. That's Bradshaw and Bierhoff really are about the only two I can imagine would get a sniff at this. Oh, Nedved nearly threw over the back of the defence, but there's Bradshaw, as I mentioned him, nodding it back to the keeper. Yeah, they're the only two players I'd imagine would get a sniff to get into our side. So, if 9 out of 11 players being on one side is probably a good thing. That ball is found. He's found Shearer. A lovely ball over the top. Shearer sends it out to Nedved, who cuts it inside. Hasselbank. Valderrama isn't on the pitch anymore. Sorry, Jimmy. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank gets his first goal. He's off the bench as well. The ball finds its well. Shearer just sort of shoves the defender out of the way, uses his strength. Nedved turns, slots it inside. Hasselbank is there. Lovely finish for the young Dutchman. And it's 5-0 to Aston Villa. The new kids on the block are doing the business. And I can't think of any songs that would be good puns there. Anyway, we're top of the table. 5-1 on the opening day. Shearer, Hasselbank, Nedved, Rivaldo. I think Rivaldo scored. Did Rivaldo score? I can't remember. But we've got 5. York scored, that's for sure. It was Fashanu, not Rivaldo. Anyway, 5-1 on the opening day. And then we're facing Manchester United in the next fixture. That will be the key test for this side, for this tactic, for this season, effectively. Man United will be the team to beat. I'd expect the likes of Leeds, Liverpool, Arsenal, Norwich, all to be... Maybe not Arsenal after their opening day, 2-0 defeat to Man City. I'd expect them all to be up there. In fact, Colin Hendry went to Arsenal as well, so we'll try and beat them. Right, we'll be back in a second for the Manchester United game. We played them in the last episode last season, and now we're heading to Old Trafford once again. Here we are, about to head to Old Trafford, but we're going to have a look at the team news. Not many changes, a couple of changes in defence as a few injuries are back. But we are heading to to Old Trafford as the league leaders. We've got Bosnich in goal. We've moved to defensive, by the way, as well. Bosnich in goal. Staunton, McGrath, Stimac in defence. Nedved, Valderrama, Rivaldo, Richardson, Keane, the 5 in midfield. Shearer and Fashanu up top. Let's go and win at Old Trafford. And it's kick-off here at Old Trafford. The home side with the early highlight. And there's Ray Houghton. We don't want him to be involved. Hughes heads it over. Obviously, Hughes missed the game at the end of last season, so we've not really seen him in all his glory just yet. But Ray Houghton, the main addition, in fact, down that right-hand side, Houghton and Cafu are the two big signings for Manchester United this season. Obviously, they've Signed quite a few players last season as well. Petit, Suker, to name but two. Prosinecki is there as well. He will be on the ball, no doubt, in a second, just to show his name. Anderson is a new signing as well, I believe. But essentially, Manchester United are a very good side. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And they haven't even got Cantona. Giggs is dangerous down the near side, inside to Prosinecki. Irwin, Giggs is through again, but it's good save by Bosnich and cleared. Shearer and Fashanu trying to build the counter as we go up. Oh, and it's the highlight's gone. We're not going to counter from that. Wimbledon have won both of their, or are winning. Wimbledon are winning against Liverpool, actually, to put them top. Houghton and Giggs over the free kick. But it is just about... No, it's not. It's not dealt with whatsoever. Giggs is advancing. Ball in. Prosinecki. Oh, no! That's not a good start to the day. Prosinecki's been given the goal, but it was really a massive deflection from the in-sliding defender. Oh, dear. Giggs advances round everyone. We're just caught napping a little bit. He sends it into Prosinecki. And it's bounced off. I can't think who that is, but it is not. He's not happy about it either. Brilliant start to the game. I think it was Steve Staunton. Anyway, it's 1-0 Manchester United. 20 minutes nearly gone. We've had one shot. 2 shots so far. Not really doing much. We're on defensive. That's a lovely header from Rivaldo, but Fashanu has to send it back to Nedved, who, inside to Fashanu, shoots from range, and that's a good effort. That is what the shoots more often button does. I say button instruction. We're going to encourage after 20 minutes and see if we can get ourselves back into this game a little bit more. We've had a couple of chances, none of them on target just yet, but we are in the game still. We are not out of it whatsoever. Cafu into Suker. Ball is dealt with just about. Stimac with a cool, calm, collected header back to Bosnich. I'm going to go again. A lovely long ball. Finds Fashanu's head, who nods it down to Shearer, who has men with him. Keane into Richardson. Richardson can't quite find Fashanu with the through ball, and it's an attack on the counter. And Suker is through. Can we stop him from scoring? No, he's hit the post. He's hit the post. We didn't stop him, but the woodwork did, and it's dealt with, and that highlight is done. But Houghton with the corner, headed over by Hughes. We don't want Houghton involved. 31.5 million he cost them. Essentially funded Roy Keane for us, but he's going to do again. And I think we got the better end of it long term. Whether we've got the better end of it short term, I'm not sure. But the Man United side is good anyway without the addition. And Giggs has got it in space, but we've got 2 men around him. Rivaldo brings him down on the edge. Are we going to look for that? Is that a penalty? I think he was just outside. We're going to check. Rivaldo's brought him down though. And we're checking for the penalty. No penalty, good. He did look outside the box, so that is okay. We've not been... The result hasn't been stolen from us. Anyway, Houghton's ball in at the back post. Shearer heads it out, and that has got to be the end of the highlight, surely. Surely. Yes. Right. 10 minutes left in this first half. We probably won't do many changes before half-time, but we're going to have a rethink as we get into the second half, because we don't want to go 2-0 down. And then that kind of ruins the day, really. Giggs into the middle. Hughes can't quite get past Staunton, but Houghton's there. Suker! And it's gone over. Stimac gets in the way, and it's knocked over the bar. Suker and Stimac, obviously international teammates. Houghton's ball in is dealt with by Stimac, who is a good addition to our defence. I would have liked Colin Hendry as well, to be honest, but he chose to go to Arsenal. Fashanu is going to have to hold it up down in this near side, on this corner. And he finds Keane. Only one of the... Oh, that's a terrible foul by Ince. Keane is about the only one of our midfield who is not attack-minded, but we don't get to see the free kick, clearly. Half-time is here. Right, we will do something at half-time and be back with a vengeance. That something was to move to positive on the mentality. We shall see if that makes any difference. So we've got a highlight now. Staunton and Valderrama on the near side. Ball in to the back post. Rivaldo heads it in. Shearer's not got on the end of it. And Petit and Giggs have dealt with it. Suker clears to Hughes. And Houghton has joined him on. That's a lovely ball over the top to Sparky. Can he... He does get a shot away, but it's not on target. That would have been a great goal for Manchester United, but it's not going to be, thankfully. Stimac is thrown it into Valderrama and Richardson, linking up in the centre of the park. Staunton, Nedved's got space. If he can turn, he doesn't turn. He finds Shearer, but he's got more... Oh, that's a poor ball from Shearer, and it's contributed to a counter-attack. That was sloppy. That was very sloppy. Nedved was on... Oh, Suka. Oh, dealt with by Staunton. Powerful header. Cafu has it. And it's back post. Hughes at the post. And Houghton. It had to be Ray Houghton, didn't it? Had to be the former Villa man who collects the rebound. Hughes hits the post. Bosnich can't do anything about it. Suka's header. Suka doesn't get the header. Staunton wins it, but it's only as far as Cafu. Ball in. Hughes peels back. Hits one post. Houghton smacks it in the other side. Bosnich is all over the place. He can't get anywhere near it. It's 2-0 just after half-time. The man we didn't want to score has scored, and that puts Manchester United top. Such a shame. Arsenal have lost both of their opening games of the season, by the way, which is always good. Anyway, 60 minutes gone. Can we do something about this? Staunton into Richardson on this near side. Valderrama now in the centre of the park. Fashanu. Ball is weak. We've not been very clinical in the final third. We've had a few opportunities where we could have got the ball into someone in a shooting opportunity, but we haven't. Hughes holds it up nicely for Houghton, and if they get a third here, Cafu with a great run. If they get a third here, we are done and dusted. And that should have been a finish there from Davor Suker, but Mark Bosnich is more than equal to that one, and the clearance is long. Fashanu tries to nod it down for Shearer. He can't. And we get another... No, we don't. Houghton easily leaves it to Nedved. Rivaldo's ball over the top. Can't quite find him. We're not making the final pass. That is the problem. We need a better final ball. Bosnich has hoofed it up once again, trying to find the head of Fashanu. He does. Rivaldo has it. This is a great side, by the way. Fashanu finds Shearer. Shearer! Oh, what a finish! Sublime finish from Alan Shearer. But it's not going to count. They're going to appeal for offside. Was he? I think he might have been. We're not celebrating. He's been disallowed. What a finish, though. That was a finish and a half. We'll see it again. Yeah, he's miles offside. But Fashanu picks him out nicely. And what a finish. Fantastic. That's why we've spent 30 million on him. It didn't count, though. So, bit of a waste, really. Demand more with 23 minutes left. 22 minutes now. We're going to have to make some changes, though. We're going to see what change. Plenty of... Look at 6.1, 6.0, 6.2, 6.3. Dwight York on for Nedved. Rivaldo off. We're going to have to bring Tony Daly on by the looks of it. Tony Daly on for Rivaldo. And McGrath can come off for Faber. And they're the three changes we're going to make. Stimac into Fashanu, who wastes the ball, and it's gone to Ferguson, who tries to find Hughes. He does find Hughes, actually. But Suka is not on the end of that one. Stimac gets there. Staunton, Bosnich with a little 1-2. Find Shearer. Fashanu now. Can we break? We've got men advancing towards the Manchester United box. Rivaldo finds Valderrama, and a cracking effort from a cracking hairdo. Carlos Valderrama scores his first of the season. It's 2-1. 20 minutes to go. We can get back in this game. Lovely movement. Fluid movement once again. When we attack properly, we do so well. Rivaldo finds with Valderrama in space. Shoots, scores. Shearer was in space as well in the middle. So if he didn't get his shot on target, if it was blocked in any way, Shearer would have been there. We do need to, we'll confirm those changes. Shearer would have been there to slot it home. 2-1, 15 minutes to go. The changes have been made. We're in the ascendancy. Can we do anything about it? We're going to go to attacking. Dangerous, I know. And then we're going to shout, encourage as well. Hopefully get a response from the boys. We have got a response from the boys. 5 minutes left. Nothing is happening. We need a highlight. And we need it now because there's not much more we can do. We've got a highlight, but the team in red have got the ball. Pallister is going to throw it in. He's going to take his time in the far corner, and they're going to work. I can't say corner. There we go. Houghton, Petty! Great save from Bosnich. Shoves it wide. And that was a good save to keep us just about in the game. 4 minutes of added time are coming. Houghton over the corner. He's going to take too long. Stop wasting your time, Ray. Right, ball in. Dealt with by Staunton. Shearer's not going to get there, though. And I fear that this is not going to end well for us. Cafu advancing. Houghton can't quite get there. York intercepts. The highlight's over. We've got 4 minutes of added time. 3, 2, 1. We're not going to get anything from this game. It's a 2-1 victory for Manchester United. Disappointing in the end, but we showed promise. And I think we know what we need to improve on in this formation, and that's defending. And maybe the final ball being a little bit more clinical. We're still 5th after a defeat, but more games will be played, I'm sure. Arsenal are next in the league, and they're down in 20th. So it could be worse. It could be Arsenal. That's what it could be. Right, we will have a quick look at the league table in all its glory in a second and have a look where we're going to come back for the next episode, the second one of this second season. I think it's episode number 9 overall. And as I mentioned on Twitter, you might not have seen it if you're not on Twitter, we're going for a daily post. In fact, we'll talk about that in a second. This is the league table after that fixture. A few teams yet to play their second game. We're 5th. We don't really care. It's 2 games in. There's another 40 left to play. We've got Boa Vista in the Cup Winners' Cup qualifier, and we'll get through that game, and we'll have the group stage, which I think will start quite soon afterwards. We're going to come back probably around the end of September. There's going to be a European game midweek. We'll be covering that, and maybe Everton at the end of the month. We shall see. We're not quite sure, basically, yet. We'll see who's in the group and where the group games fit. We won't be back for Boa Vista, that's for sure. Depends if we get in the League Cup 3rd round as well. We might get a good side in the Coca-Cola Cup. We could come back for that, but we're not going to necessarily. Anyway, right, what I was saying was the schedule going forward. Tuesdays and Fridays, I think, are going to be whole new ball game. Monday and Wednesday is going to be European Ewood. Thursday is going to be something different, something special, something not like anything else, basically. Like the video we had a few weeks ago, last week, in fact, about star ratings. We'll have something like that every Thursday. The Wonder Kids series will be back as well. That'll be on a Thursday now. 4:30 every weekday. There'll be something coming out on the channel for you to enjoy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. It's been a little bit longer than normal because we had the transfer business and then we've had 2 meaty games to get through. So I'll leave it here and I shall see you next time. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Well, hey, you've made it to the end of the video, and hang on, it's a subscribe button. Tap on this, even if you've done it already, just try it, see what happens. And then if you're hanging around, have a look at these. One of these. Check out some of this amazing content. You won't regret it. I'll see you next time.